Welcome to my channel. This is your Momshie Brends. And for today's tutorial, I will teach you how to do stitches in silk ribbon embroidery. I bought a kit, but what I did was to do different styles or stitches in silk ribbon. So I did not strictly follow the kit. I just made use of the materials available, and this is the output. Okay, I'll start. This is silk ribbon embroidery. I will teach you how to follow instructions and the stitches used in this project. Okay, at its most basic level, it is stitching with ribbon instead of thread. However, this form of embroidery is so much more than that, especially when used in creating stunning three-dimensional pieces. It is worth your time to learn this form of embroidery and how to work with silk ribbon. Okay, we'll start. Although I have here a kit, we still need some other materials to finish or to make this project. Included in the kit are the pattern, the cloth with the drawing in it, the ribbons, different colors and sizes, needles, those are actually tapestry needles, and what I will add for the materials, I might be using stretcher bars to stretch this cloth, and for sure I will use an embroidery hoop. These are the tacks for the stretcher bar and a pair of scissors. Okay, we will start. I will start with a straight stitch, and I will be doing this sunflower. So this one is this part. Okay, so I put in the ribbon. This is the right side, and this kind of needle is actually called chenille, which is actually with a wide eye but very pointed. This is the difference between a tapestry and this kind of needle. This has a pointed tip, so that it will really you will not have a hard time in piercing the ribbon. Okay, so I'll start with this. Okay. So you just carefully pull the ribbon. This kind of cloth is a little bit tight, so you just have to be careful in pulling the ribbon. Okay. Now, in this case, I can use this tool, which is called laying tool. I use this usually in doing cross stitch. This time I can use it to make the ribbon in the proper, it's straight, and it will be easier for me to work on the ribbon. So until this point, just be sure that the right side would be on top. So you could fix this so that it will look nice. Okay. And then the next. So you will just follow these lines for doing the straight stitch. So I'll do one more. Okay guys, I was having a hard time holding my project, so I decided to use my cross stitch floor stand to hold this embroidery hoop, so I don't have to be holding the project. So what I'll do now is to continue the third petal, which is also, well, all of these lines will be straight stitch. So okay, just twist so that the hole will be a little bit bigger. There you go. And then pull. Okay. So just continue doing this until you finish all the petals. And then I will teach you the next stitch. I started with a bigger design or the bigger flower before I go to the smaller one. So, and I usually hold the laying tool like this. I put it in my thumb, and that's how I work with this. Okay. Okay, one more. You can fix it. You could just be sure to that the ribbon is lying flat. Of course, the back part of this will not be as clean as when you do the regular embroidery. So don't worry about the back. Anyway, when you frame it, then it will hide all the cuts or excess ribbons at the back. So, okay. What I will do is continue doing this. And I'll show it to you when I finish this part of the sunflower. So, this is the sunflower. And I ran out of ribbon already. So, what I will do is at the back, I will try to hide this just underneath the other ribbons or these stitches. Okay, this you can cover while doing the other stitches when you start again with the new ribbon. Just be careful not to over pull your ribbon because it will not be nice to look at. So, anyway, this is a framed project, so don't worry if you don't have knots because you will not wash this anyway. So the ribbons will not how do you call it? It will not be removed in the project, or it will be easily hidden in here. Okay. At this point, my embroidery hoop is not big enough to stretch the project, so I will change the embroidery hoop. Instead of the embroidery hoop, then I will use a stretcher bar. This is how to use it. I will show you how I will you have to connect this the four corners and then use a special, actually these are special thumbtacks. They will not rust, so I think they are made up of brass. So I will connect this and show you later on how I will stretch the pattern or the project in this stretcher bar. So I connected the project into this stretcher bar using the thumbtacks, okay, to really make it, the cloth taut. Okay, and to start with the back, I'll start to start the third another ribbon, a new one. I will just put part of it in the wrong side underneath the other stitches before I put it here in this in between the clamp. Okay, now I'm ready to start with the new ribbon. Continue doing the straight stitches. And by the way, you can design your own you could do your own design and use different sizes of ribbons depending on you. I think before what I did was I made a scarf on black background. I think I can get a picture from my friend who I gave the project to. And for this tutorial, I just made use of a kit so that it will be easier, and I look for several stitches so that I can teach you all the basic stitches of the silk ribbon embroidery. So now I've finished doing the sunflowers using straight stitch. Now what I will teach you is how to do French knots inside the middle part of this sunflower. So, by the way, I will not limit myself to only the stitches that were shown in this pattern. I will try to show you variations of stitches, although some I will not know the name, but at least I will do different stitches for the different flowers. Now I will teach you how to do the French knot stitch in the middle, to be placed in the middle of the sunflower. So I'll be using this satin ribbon, and I put a knot at the one end, and okay. I'll be using a needle grabber to pull my needle at the back of this. So you just wrap the silk ribbon around the needle. Fill up the vacant, this part with this color and dark brown silk ribbon. Okay, I'll do one more. I will continue putting all this part, filling it up with French knots. Now I've finished one sunflower by putting or placing French nuts in the middle. So combination of different colors of the silk ribbon. I will do the same in this other sunflower. You will notice that what I did here was like a combination of French knot and a variation of another French knot, which I will show you in a while. Okay, I'll just go back. I'll just leave this first. Okay. Instead of just using straight stitch, which is the stitch I used in this sunflower, I used a variation of straight stitch in this flower. So you will see in the design that it is ordinary straight stitch, but I want to put a variation. So what I did was to just lay this the ribbon and then prick it here at the middle. Okay. I think I misplaced my needle grabber, so just be careful not to over pull this part. So that will be the effect at the edge of the, or at the tip of the petals. So I will also do the same in this other flowers. And then let's go to this part. I forgot what kind of flower or what kind of flower this is, but what I did here is I used French knots. So I already taught you how to do a French knot, so I will show it to you again. You try to twist in your needle and then just pull and prick it back to that spot, and then pull your needle carefully. I think I'm looking for my needle grabber, but I can't find it. So what I will do, I have to improvise to be able to pull it. So I'm using a pair of long nose pliers. Just do it carefully. There you go. So you don't have to strictly follow the pattern. You can design or make different flowers on your own by just using the available ribbon. Okay, so we're finished with the French knot. I'll just finish off with that later and show it to you after. Okay, in this case, I'm using 6 strands of thread to do an outline stitch, and I will be using tapestry needle. I'll show you, and I'll just get my needle and I'll show you how to do the outline stitch in this stem. To do the outline stitch, before I forget, when you're using that, when you're using embroidery floss, be sure to remove or separate the strands one by one, so that it will be nice to look at when you sew. And because I'm using a stretcher bar, I will do the prick method instead of the sewing method. Okay. So you try to put your needle here, go up at the tip of the previous stitch, and I told you can use a laying tool to arrange or fix the thread. it's called outline stitch or stem stitch. You can also actually use a very narrow ribbon doing this, but I don't think they provided a thin or narrow ribbon. They only put in embroidery floss, so I'm just using these two. So I use the laying tool in doing my outline stitch so that the thread or the strands of the thread will be in a good, how do you call it, will be nice to look at. So you just finish the stem until you reach this part, and then in these lines would be we will be using straight stitch like the one we use in the sunflower. I will teach you how to do the variation of the French knot. So you put out or pick your needle here, then still you have to do at least 2 loops in your thread, and then make a distance. Instead of pricking here, putting down your needle here, make a distance or put the knot in here in this part, so there would be some sort of a straight stitch or a stem in that particular French knot. So then slowly pull down your needle. This is harder to do because there are so many ribbons already at the back of the cloth. So there's one. Okay, let's do another one from this part. Just continue all around this, the border of this sunflower petals. Okay, I did some research, and because I told you a while ago that this is just a variation of the straight stitch. Anyway, the name of this stitch is ribbon stitch. Okay. Another tip that I think I wasn't able to tell you, when you're starting off with your silk ribbon, so that it will be easier for you and it will not slide, or you will not have a hard time in pulling, cut the ribbon in a slanted manner, and then you prick here and just pull this, so that's already secured. Okay, now we do again the ribbon method. So hold on, I think you cannot, I have to focus the camera. Pull out in this part. I'm not putting a knot, but I'm just leaving a certain amount of ribbon at the back. And then be sure that the bright or the nice side, the smooth side, is on top. And then in between, put down the needle in this part. The good thing with ribbons are they occupy, or they fill out a lot of space immediately compared to embroidery floss. So you just pull this carefully. Okay, I told you I did an improvised thing because I cannot find my needle grabber, so I'm using a long nose. So just pull it carefully. I'll continue with this later. Okay, I just put out the needle so that it will not mess up with the other stitches. Oops, I almost over pull this thing, so just be careful. I will fix it later. We just go, I will teach you first this, another kind of flower. Okay, if you will notice here, I made already samples. This type is actually called the loop method. So put this out in here and then arrange in such a way that the bright or the smooth side is the one showing, and at the back here pull it down. I will be making 5 petals like this, one beside each other, so to make a beautiful flower. And then the middle part I would just put French knot. Okay, so I'll do it one more time. Just be sure that the petals are same sizes. So this is the loop method. So one more. And then you just put a French knot in the middle, and look, they look nice, right? In this flower, because the back part is already thick with ribbon, I will just use seed beads for the middle part of the flower. So you just have to be creative enough to think of ways, because sometimes you are limited to for example, you don't have enough ribbon, or you run out of ribbon, then you just have to be creative to use other materials like beads, embroidery floss, and it will produce a very nice texture in your embroidery. As you can see, I'm almost done with my project, and definitely I've done a different kind of flowers in this project. This is the picture of the original thing, the kit, but obviously I did a lot of differences so that I could sign my name here and put you know, it's supposed to be my original already. Okay, so right now I will teach you how to do this. This is the spider web stitch. First is we will make a web. So I'm using embroidery thread, same color as the flower. You will just follow this lines. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. So this is basically very easy stitch, and it you just have to be careful in pulling the ribbons just to make the flowers like this. There are so many ways of doing ribbon roses, but I will just teach you this one for this particular project. Maybe later on I will be making another video of how to make ribbon roses or roses out of silk ribbon. So that's the first thing that we will do. I'll just put and clean up the thread at the back, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, we will now start with this ribbon. Put the ribbon up in this spot. You will weave alternately in this. Okay, don't pass through this. You go over it and then weave in this space. So what I will do is to push the edge, this part of the needle, the eye of the needle, so that it will not be, because the other tip is so sharp. So do it like this. That's okay. To start up, that's okay. So skip this line and then go through this. So just weave alternately in the spider web that you did. Okay. Fix your ribbon so that the shiny part will be on top. So that will be the base. skip this and then go underneath the skip again and then go here. So you just continuously do this around until you fill up the thread. Now to cover this, you could prick going down here so that you will cover the thread. Now, you can put a bead inside or you could just leave it as is. So that's the ribbon rose that we use, and we call this spider web stitch. This time, I will be teaching you how to do the fly stitch. This is the fly stitch. So, I will be doing it here in this part. So, this time I will be teaching you how to do a fly stitch. This is the fly stitch and this is the feather stitch. So you will see the difference. This is a continuous stitch while this has breaks using this stitch or just a straight stitch. So this is feather and this is fly. So I'll teach you how to do the fly stitch. Oh, I forgot to put the knot end of this ribbon. Sorry about that. Sorry about the sound of the cat. There's we have a cat here in the house, so And then you prick here, going down. And then try to go up in this spot. Okay. You just have to arrange or fix your ribbon as you go. You don't have to be really exact in doing the lines, so don't worry about that. So, okay. Next, you put it down here. And then put it up in here. I will go back. I'll finish this off, and then I will show it to you when it's done. But just do it continuously like this, because I have to fix the stitches as I go along. Now, I will teach you how to do the feather stitch. So you start using a straight stitch. So from this, you just break down going this the tip of the so just arrange your ribbon, okay. And similar to the fly stitch, you make a letter Y. But this time, you have to make a stop in this part, okay? So that's one. Just arrange the ribbon later on. So you make another one. After you do the stitching, you can arrange the ribbon later on. So don't worry about that. Do this until you reach this part. Okay, our last flower for this particular tutorial would be the Lacy Daisy. So this is a sample of the Lacy Daisy flower. So I will teach you how to do the Lacy Daisy in this one. So I already prepared that ribbon. So what you will do, go to the right of this, put your needle down, careful in pulling the thread or the ribbon. Okay, and be sure the shiny side is up, so in this distance, aligned with the middle of the in between the holes of this. So you put this up here, okay, and carefully pull your ribbon, as in it will produce one petal. So it is like or similar to the feather stitch, but you close the tip. So I told you could just arrange this after. It will be easy to arrange or fix your ribbon so that the shiny part will be on top. And then put this down here. So this is one petal. For the second, I will be making 5 petals. So just beside this, put your needle up again. I'm just trying to figure out so that it will not prick other ribbons underneath. So for Lacy Daisy, actually, when you're using embroidery floss, it's a lot easier, but this will occupy or cover more space. So that is the advantage of using ribbon. So put it down here. So we will be making 5 petals. I will just come back to you after I make the 5 petals. It's hard to, I'm just doing the video on my own, so it's hard to focus the camera. I'll try this, to do this, just to show it to you again. So there you go, one more petal. I will fix it and then put it here down so that I can make 5 petals. I am almost done with my project. The only something lacking here are leaves and the stem. Now, I thought of a way because I would be limited to whatever ribbon the kit provided. So, I imagined using this thick or wide ribbon. So, what I did is in here, I will not do the demo because it's a little bit hard to take a video and then do it, but I will explain it well. So you twist the ribbon and using an embroidery floss near the collar of the ribbon, you try to sew or put a stitch inside the twist, so it will be similar to this, so that it will not be too obvious that you have or you sew the twisted ribbon. And for the leaves, I just used straight stitches, or yeah, and then just imagine where you wanted to put the leaves. So I will just be playing with available ribbons that the kit provided. And then after this, the framing, this will be a frame piece. So obviously, because it's three-dimensional, the frame should have a distance between this, the project itself, and the glass, so that the glass will not flatten the design of the silk ribbon. Okay, so this is it. I will show it to you when I finish all the leaves and the stems.
Thank you for watching, and I hope you like my tutorial for today. And for those who haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and share my video. Leave your comments on what you wanted me to teach next time. And always remember, smile and be happy so that you will always be pretty. Bye for now, and see you again next time.